Om Ganganapataye Namaha.
I will share with you a couple of things which are very, very important and useful for almost everyone, no matter what problem or goals they have in life. The first is dealing with desire. There is tremendous conflict, confusion, especially in spiritual circles, about desire. The traditional teaching in all religions is that desire is the root cause of all problems, of all suffering, rebirth, and all these things. And accordingly, some people even say that the spiritual people are suffering more than common people, or people say that people come to spirituality only when the suffering is too much and they need God's help, and that is when they search for something else beyond what they know, and that's how they come to spirituality. It may be true, it is true to a large extent, but that's not the whole truth. People who come to spirituality, whatever circumstances may have brought them, they have a higher calling at the level of the soul. But nevertheless, just like everybody else, you have to deal with the problems of life. You cannot escape them. So how can we deal with them efficiently? And what are these problems? For most people, it is either a lack of a job, or a lack of a relationship, or bad health, or confusion about what to do in life in general. And there is another problem, which is sorrow, all the emotional suffering, which is sorrow, hurt, betrayal, anger. These things keep coming and ruining the peace, the joy, the happiness that everyone desires. So, talking about desire first, because that's where you have to understand a couple of things. If you look at God, the divine model, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, or Rudra Shiva, it has creation, it has maintenance or protecting what has been created, flourishing what has been created, and it is dissolving it when it has become painful or overburdened. Because whatever we create is, degrades, decays, and it becomes painful after some time. It's like if there's a house, and in the house there are 4 people, maybe there is enough room for 4 people. But if you pack 40 people and there's only 1 cup of water for 40 people and 1 plate of food for 40 people, then there will be conflicts and violence and all manner of painful things. So when the creation becomes very old and painful, then God, out of mercy, has to restart things, give a break, stop the suffering, and restart. So these are the functions. The problem is, most of the spiritual teaching is focused on the last part, dissolving, and a little bit on the protection side. But creation, which is based on desire, has been put down. And that is where the problem is. Whatever you have in your life today, whatever good things you have experienced, it is only because you desired them at some point in the past. If you have whatever you have, if I have a pen, I desired to have a pen. If you have a phone, do you think you did not desire to have a phone? And if you are an enlightened person, will an enlightened person not use a pen or a phone? Will they not want a pen to write or a phone to call someone? Enlightenment is not in conflict with the desire. Of course, the desires you have can be wise desires, and they can also be unwise and foolish desires. And that's where the difference really is. An enlightened person or an intelligent person will have intelligent desires that bring happiness to everyone, including themselves. They are not even concerned about themselves, but spontaneously, whatever they do will be good, because that is their nature, their consciousness. They don't have to plan and think and analyze. It is effortless. But for most people, They have to think, which is okay. You have to choose. So if there is poverty on one side, scarcity, where no matter how much you work, your financial struggle is not ending. On the other side, there is easy life of abundance, where you do things, but you achieve very well. You're a high achiever. And that's a much better choice. If on the one hand, there is bad health and neglecting your health, on the other hand, you say, oh, the body is important. Like Tirumular. Tirumular is one of the most enlightened Siddhas. And nowadays he's becoming popular. People are, because the age of the Siddhas, and people are going and reading Tirumantiram. And so at least I'm very happy that, this knowledge of the Siddhas is coming back at this point. So Tirumular said something very interesting. He said that he had the same confusion. He said he used to think the body is a curse. But no, he found out if the body is not good, even the soul will not live in the body. If the body becomes bad, the soul will leave. The body is essential for the soul. So he said, once I realized this, I started taking care of my body as much as I take care of the soul. So, and the Siddhas have great health. Great health. They are known, they are exceptional in good health, and they have tremendous power, immunity to pain and suffering at all levels. So we have to learn that model, because that's a better model. If there is a model in which pain and suffering can be eliminated, not just psychologically, but even at a physical level, even at a financial level, even at a relationship level, that is obviously the better, a more natural, life supportive value system.